Hey everybody, this is Heather Dewar-Carden coming to you live from Ask Dr. Heather. First, I want to give my sincerest apologies today for Instagram posts that I was not able to participate in, but give a huge shout out to Brown Lago I. She did an amazing job today, so if you missed our hi Cindy, thanks for joining me. Or if you want to join me, give me a thumbs up. I just want to sincerely apologize that we were unable to get that Instagram post going together. It was our first time trying to do Instagram Live. I've got the Facebook Live thing figured out, but I don't have the Instagram Live things figured out. And today is Testimony Tuesday. So I love hearing from you. I love hearing what's happening in your life. I had somebody just tell me how good they felt just simply doing the pantry clean out. But I just want to jump on here because we were unable to do the Instagram and really just review what we talked about. So many times people think to get healthy or take control of your health or even to be your own advocate that it takes money. It absolutely doesn't. I'm going to give you 4 super simple tips that you could implement right now as soon as we jump off, because we often see how expensive the health of healthcare is. Copays are going up. Premiums are going up out of the ceiling, but there's so many things being your advocate you can do. So let's talk about the first one, which is sleep. Going to sleep. That's when your body repairs itself. That's when your body recuperates. That's when we rebalance our hormone. Our cortisol level goes down and rebuilds overnight. Our brain's getting more oxygen and we're burning through that glucose. Sleep is so important. You don't have to pay anybody to tell you to go to sleep. You can simply do that yourself. So my tip is 40 minutes before your ideal bedtime, unplug, do some motivation, do some gratitude, do some random act of kindness, do something that prepares your mind and your heart for a good delta theta sleep. So 40 minutes before, turn off the TV, turn off the phone. Maybe you have an inspirational book. Maybe you've got some favorite music. Maybe you want to take a nice therapeutic Epsom salt bath. But sleep for adults should be no less than 7 and no more than 9. We know people who are sleep deprived have a huge likelihood to have hormonal imbalance, not just cortisol, but the other sex hormones. We also know that depression, if you have, and look at my stats here, women who have less than 7 hours of sleep are 90% more likely to have depression. Lack of sleep leads to depression, which often leads to making food choices you don't want to have. We also know lack of sleep really leads to our performance the next day. Maybe you want to be a kinder mom. Maybe you want to be better at work. Maybe you just want to have a better workout or a better day. That all starts with sleep, which is all free, all things you can advocate for yourself. So hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Debbie, Kelly, I know I missed a couple other people. So make a bedtime routine that you're going to stick to. Get yourself in a rhythm. No less than 7, no more than 9, and get that habit started, whether against reading, lighting a candle, taking a bath, maybe just doing some Tai Chi or some yoga. Set that up so your body can sleep, because that's where we need to repair. Number 2, again, free to do. Have a positive mindset. Turn positivity up and make it louder. This is an amazing time of year for gratitude, an amazing time of year that you can be thankful and joyful for all the amazing things you have. Smile at somebody today that you don't know. You never know how good that can feel to that person and how good it feels inside. We know we naturally smile. We're turning on our natural hormones or endorphins that make us feel happier. Think of how many people are on antidepressant medications. We just talked about people who are deprived of sleep are 90% more likely to have depression. Think of this time of year, especially in the Midwest, we don't have as much sunshine. And if we can get more sleep, we can actually help our body feel better. That positivity, smiling at someone, waving at someone. That's what we do in the Midwest here. We just wave, hey y'all, what's up? We wave on a farming town in Kansas. So we wave at everybody. We say hi to everybody, whether we know them or not. It'll go a super long way if you get a smile and a wave back from a person. And keep optimism up high. You can look at whether the glass is half full, the glass is half empty. You still have water, right? So keep positivity louder than negativity. Turn it down. Don't watch the violent shows. Put on happy Christmas music that inspires you to want to clean the house or to bake or to make Christmas cards. Again, smile can go a very long way. All free to do, all being your own advocate, nothing that someone can take away from you. How about number 4, movement? You don't have to belong to a gym to get moving. If you have a house like mine, we've got stairs you can see over there. Go up and down the stairs several times a day. Do lunges throughout the day. Do some back lunges. There's so many free apps you can get on your phone. You can download a 30-day workout. I've got some in an album here on my page, so no excuse not to work out. We know as it gets colder, it's a little bit harder for our thyroid to keep going, and many of us do suffer from adrenal thyroid issues, especially in the winter time, because our bodies are 98-degree ovens and they actually need to be burning about at that temperature. But we know outside it's about 40 degrees, some areas even colder than that. Puts a lot of stress on our thyroid, which is really the ignition for our body. The adrenal glands are the engine, so they are sister organs, so to speak, or brother organs if you're a male. So we know we need to get them going. How you can do that is if you have a job where you sit at a desk, every time you get up, do 5 squats or do 10 squats out of your chair. I know Nurse Cindy's on here. She travels a whole bunch. She needs to get up and down and move up and down. Or maybe you have again, you're a teacher and you sit at a desk all day, or an accountant or something like that where you're pretty stuck at your chair all day. Every time you get up to go get a drink of water, get coffee, whatever it is you're doing, going to the restroom, do some squats, 5 or 10 every time you get up. And if you go to the bathroom or the copy room or somewhere else, do some push-ups against the wall, do some push-ups against the stair. Just simply get your body moving. It gets your lymphatic going. It actually immobilizes a lot of the stagnant toxins in our body. Also makes us thirstier. Oftentimes we get very easily dehydrated in the winter time. So the more water you can get, the more you can actually get your lymphatic system going. So super healthy for your immune system. So again, free to do, be your own advocate, get moving, make silly stuff, maybe do some burpees in your office. Who knows who might join you? So we always ask, who's more important, the first follower or the first leader? So tomorrow when you're at your job, maybe do some plyo jacks, maybe do some burpees, maybe just stop and do a plank or do some squats. See who joins you. It can be super fun this time of year. So 12 days of Christmas or 12 days to fitness or 12 days to no sugar, 12 days to smiling at a stranger, however you want to mix it up, mix it up. The last one that Amberly and I talked about today, and she covered a lot about movement. She is a trainer. This is where her health and wellness background is and then I was going to talk about food, which didn't happen. So there is a large stress about food this time of year, right? People are having cookie exchanges, people are having parties, even the kids have all these classroom parties. There's lots of things happening at church or in your community. Plan. So what I mean is if you know you're trying to eat low carb, high fat, you're trying to eliminate the sugar so you're not that person that gains the extra 7 to 10 pounds, make a recipe and take it yourself. I have yet to meet a hostess or gone to a friend's house and they said, nope, don't bring anything. So make an offer to bring something you know that you can have. Just a veggie tray or a big tray of healthy fat olives and cheese and salami, things like that. Make some healthy dips. I made some fathead buns yesterday. I also made some no-bake cookies that were made actually out of toasted coconut instead of oatmeal. Super good. All keto, low carb, high fat. I guess someone told me last week that on Pinterest, low carb is the #1 word on Pinterest. So no excuse, just plan your meals. The other thing is when you start to eat, because we know that 80% of our overall health is dictated by our diet. 80% of what we put in here dictates how our overall body will expand. We know that inflammation is the #1 cause of disease, whether it is heart disease, mental health disease, some type of itis or autoimmune. We know sugar feeds inflammation. So if we can cut out the sugar, we know amazing things can happen. Sugar also leads to depression. Sorry, I'm losing some light here in Kansas. The sun's going down fast. So we know that sugar can lead to depression. There's many books written about that. We know that sugar can cause us to have a lot of fatigue. It causes a huge imbalance in our blood sugar, which can also lead to depression or not feeling good about yourself or not having enough energy just to go out and get moving and get working. And we know that when you're in a sugar coma or having too much sugar, you're less likely to get moving, less likely to exercise because you're going to have more inflammation if you're eating more sugar. So find those little tips that work for you. I'm going to try to get a little more sunlight here, guys. Sorry about that. I'm moving here in my office. If you guys have questions, feel free to drop them down here. I really just wanted to pop on here because Amberly and I were not able to connect today just Instagram. I watched the YouTube video. I thought we had it right, and she watched it and she had practiced it, but I couldn't get on or be heard on. So I wanted to thank everybody who reached out to me and, worried that we weren't able to connect there. So hopefully you've gotten some good nuggets today. So just review again, you're your own advocate when it comes to what you eat, when it comes to your health, when it comes to what time you go to bed. You're your own personal advocate. Don't shame or blame somebody else. You can't blame the healthcare system because your rates went up. You can't do anything about that. But what you can do is you can take control of your overall health. And, I'm a mom of 4. And if you're a parent out there, or if you're not a parent and you are a fan of some football or basketball hockey team, or if you're an athlete yourself, would you tell somebody, hey, quit 5 yards before the finish line? Don't carry the ball into the end zone. Don't do that last kick of the soccer goal. Hey, if you're on third base, just go ahead and come on in. We would never say that. So we have a few days here left in 2017. If you have not met your health goals for 2017, look back what you wrote in 2017. You still have time in 2018. I'm confident you can do anything you want for 10 days or maybe 15 days. Take the next 12 days. Let's take that 12 days of Christmas and make a healthier you. If you go into the holidays feeling amazing and you're not having as much inflammation, you have more energy. If it snows tomorrow here in Kansas, we're going to have the energy to go out there and shovel the sidewalk off, or go to one more party, or do the Christmas caroling, or do some more service. Go down and be a bell ringer. Go to some other place and serve at a food kitchen. We know that when your mindset's there, you're more likely to say yes. And this is the year of yes. I do want you to finish 2017 strong. Don't put off today what you can do tomorrow. So you can all get moving today, no matter what the movement is. If you can walk, try to run. If you can run, so I said that backwards. I should start that again. I was trying to quote what Amberly said today, so you can go back and listen to her. My thing is, if you can run, try to walk a little. If you can walk, try to run a little bit. If you can't walk, then crawl. Just get moving any way that you can and find that movement throughout the day. Start smiling at strangers. Maybe set a little clock on your phone that 4 times a day you're actually going to smile or wave at someone you don't even know. You could totally turn their day around. And again, when it comes to food, when your mindset's better, when you have less sugar, when you're not fatigued from not getting enough rest, and you're less stressed, again, we started with rest, we know your mindset's going to be a lot more positive. So keep positivity louder. Be thankful for all the amazing things you have in your life, in your home, in your body. Your body serves you every single day. The way your body operates is the food that you put in it. So if you want your body to start function optimally, put healthy, low carb, high fat food, ketogenic food, put those decadent foods back in there. So now I've got a question here I'm going to answer. I think it's Mara. Dr. Heather, can you please speak about ketone strips versus glucose strip? Absolutely. So she's asking about ketones. I have referenced low carb, high fat, ketogenic diet. So ketogenic diet is a diet where your body actually is burning fat for fuel instead of sugar. Most of us are burning a standard American diet, which is high in carbohydrates, so we're being sugar burners. On a ketogenic diet, the macros are about 80% fat, 5% carbohydrates, and about 15 to 20% proteins. So in order to see if your body's actually tapping into your stored fat and burning fat for fuel, you can buy urine strips at the pharmacy and simply test your urine. Once you get fat adapted, your body actually starts holding on the ketones. So then those urine strips actually will give you false negatives. Then you can simply check your blood as well. So if you've seen a diabetic actually checking their blood or their glucose, you can buy the same type of meter to check your ketones. They are different meters. They are different strips. I know I wish they had a combo meter that you could check your cholesterol, your glucose, and your ketones, but on a ketogenic meter, if your ketones level 0.5 or higher, it means you're positive for in ketosis. At our office, we have the Precision. We've had it for a couple years. We just ordered the strips online. It's actually cheaper for us to order them from Amazon than it is from a medical supply store. So the ketone meter is testing for ketones, and the glucose meter is checking for blood glucose. However, the urine strips will test. You can buy a combination. You can buy an only ketone strip for urine meter, or you can buy a urine combo strip that will check for protein, bilirubin, sugar, ketone. So you can buy multi-purpose urine strips or just ketone strips. So hopefully that helps answer your questions. And thank you guys for joining me here today. I'm super sorry that I was not able to get on with Amber Lee today. She's an amazing person. Follow her on Instagram. We could not get that live to connect, but I just gave you guys kind of a quick overview. So if you jumped on here late, we simply shared our passion for health and wellness. We simply wanted to share what we wanted to do, which is inspire people to be the best version of themselves and taking control and being your own advocate. So I've got a question here. It says, our family member still thinks eating high fat. Yeah, you know what? It's going to take a while. I love that question. So, hey, Karen, thanks for joining us. We have been told, and I don't know where all of you are coming from. You can tell me where you're coming from. In the Midwest, we're slow to get research. So we knew in 1977, we implemented the pyramid from a whole bunch of different studies that didn't have placebo groups, studies that didn't have control groups, and we made up this standard pyramid that said we need to have a diet high in carbohydrates, although there's no essential carbohydrates. And hey, from Toronto and Arizona, no essential carbohydrates. You do not need oatmeal, you do not need orange juice, and you do not need a banana. You definitely need greens, you definitely need fats. There's essential fatty acids, there's essential amino acids. There's no essential carbohydrate. Our body will take excess protein and break that down and make carbohydrates or glucose through it. So there's no essential carbohydrate. The data is out there. So if you've got family members who are a little bit behind, I would say we have the internet now. 20 years ago when I opened my clinic, we did not have the internet. Simply YouTube, Google, you go on Amazon. There's so many amazing books. There's so many TED Talks about the benefits of having higher cholesterol. Yes, having higher cholesterol. We've lowered the cholesterol in the last 20 years, 90 points. It used to be okay to have your cholesterol at 279, then we said 249, and then we said 224, and now we said 199, and what has happened? Heart disease is out over the roof. 80% of the people will actually pass away due to heart disease. We know that 2 out of 3 women will get cancer, 1 out of 2 men will get cancer sometime in their life. So on the standard diet, high in carbohydrates, being sugar burners, we are just barely surviving. So in order to thrive, we've got to go back to our native fuel source, which is ketone. Sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent now, but I really wanted to make sure I answer your question. So family members may be a little bit behind you, but you know what? When you're at a dinner, we just had Thanksgiving dinner at my house. You don't have to eat every dish out there. You do not have to eat the potatoes. You do not have to eat the rolls. I made amazing fathead ketogenic rolls. You can check my Facebook page. You can go to my blog, AskDrHeather.net. I've got amazing waffles, fat bomb. I made no-bake cookies that are to die for. My 15-year-old just had 2 friends over, and the kid's like, oh, what's that? I'm like, no-bake cookie. They said, okay, we'll have one. They had no idea it was a ketogenic no-bake cookie. No idea at all. They just were so happy they had a treat. So you can definitely find substitutions, and that would be another challenge. Find one thing that you really love that really means holiday to you. Maybe it's your grandma's recipe. Maybe it's your grandpa's special sauce or whatever it is. Maybe it's eggnog. Find what that special recipe is to you and make it new for you this year. Put your own twist on it. We're always saying that. We're watching The Voice. Take an original and put your twist on it. Well, do the same thing with your favorite recipes. Put a little twist on that that's actually yours, that's current, that's healthy, not from canned vegetables, not from canned sauce, not from packages ripped open, but something that's all natural and decadent to you. Where is there a good study to show how to convince them how to eat fat? So you know what? I would say Cholesterol Clarity, Keto Clarity are 2 amazing books. Cholesterol Clarity really focuses on the benefits of having high cholesterol. Dr. David Diamond has a good YouTube video out. You can go to YouTube and high cholesterol. Gosh, there's so many. I'll post 3 or 4 down here when I get off below. Also, if you go to my blog, I've got a huge list of books that I like to read and some different podcasts I like to follow. So Cholesterol Clarity has been around for over 10 years. Keto Clarity, over 10 years. The benefits of high fat, low carb. And those, Dr. Westman is from Duke University, very, very well respected in this space. Dr. David Diamond is a PhD researcher at the University of South Tampa, Florida. He actually goes around to cardiologists teaching them we need to have more cholesterol because cholesterol is not the problem. But yes, we want to eat healthy fats, not Crisco, not margarine. We want grass-fed butter and coconut oil. So not all fats are equal. So make sure we're eating good, healthy fats. So hopefully that helps answer your question. And when I get off today and after dinner, I will post 4 or 5 links down here for you that will help you kind of join in. So if you jumped on here late, I simply was popping on because I was unable to connect with Amberly today on Instagram. We were going to do a live and just share the 4 core aspects of health. 4 things that you can do to be your own health advocate, to start your journey towards optimal health, to finish 2017 strong. So when you start 2018, you are coming out with blazing fires. I did a small post on my personal Facebook page and asked people, what's keto done for you? I am amazed I mean, just amazed how many people had transformation. People sleeping better when they cut out the sugar, less pain, less inflammation. Yes, fat loss, which leads to overall better health. People having their SED rates go down, their homocysteine levels get better, which is an inflammatory cardiovascular marker. So many amazing stories when we go back to eating our native food, which is high fat, low carb ketones, not processed foods. So gosh, we're losing lots of sunlight here, guys. Sorry, I don't even know how to get that lighter. So I guess I'm gonna sign off here before I lose sunshine. Let me try to turn on a lamp real quick. That helps just a little bit. So anyway, don't want to take much of your time. I probably already babbled too long. I just love to sit here and talk about things that you can do that don't cost money, that will not raise your insurance rates, because really that's what I'm hearing is copays are going up at doctors' offices, prescription medication costs are going up, the percentages which the doctors are reimbursed are actually going down while insurance rates are going up. I saw a friend of mine who's a chiropractor, self-employed, her rates have almost quadrupled. So take those things into your own account. Start walking, start moving. Get sleeping. That's how our body repairs and resets our hormones for the next day. That is so important for brain cognition. We know that eating mindfully and being thankful for the things that we were giving actually can do a lot for our brain set as we move forward and make those choices. So thank you guys for joining me here today. Again, I did miss with Amberly. You can jump onto her Instagram page. I'll post that down below, or you can see the posting I made earlier. Sorry you missed that, but we're going to definitely do some more Facebook Lives together. We're going to talk about positivity, inspiration, taking control of your own health, and leading forward. So teaching your family that you can be your own advocate for yourself, which means you can make those healthy decisions. You don't have to be told. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't need to go to a nutritionist. You can simply cut out the sugar. Everybody agrees on that same platform. No matter what the diet book, they all say the same thing. Cut out the processed sugar, cut out the artificial flavoring, cut out the artificial colorings. Now there is a little bit of tug of war when it comes to how many carbs, too many carbs. My thing is, know where you are, start where you are, and then just start decreasing from there. So Deborah, you are very, very welcome. Thank you for asking a question. She says, my cholesterol and blood pressure are much better. My anxiety and depression are so much better. Love energy, love the keto diet. Deborah, I'm right there with you. The first thing I noticed, I think many of you know my story, I fell in a skiing accident 3.5 years ago, went on a ketogenic diet to preserve lean muscle mass and reduce inflammation. The first thing I noticed was my sleep got better. And the first thing I noticed, if I cheat, which means I have some dairy, which my body's doesn't love dairy, or if I even have like a small glass of wine, which is 6 carbs, just that bit of sugar will cause inflammation in my feet or my knees, and it will disrupt my sleep. So pick your luxury when you're going to have it. And I would rather have, again, a decadent deviled egg. I'd rather have, bacon wrapped shrimp, something super decadent like that. So you maybe be over on your calories and maybe eat too many pieces of keto pie or too many keto no-bake cookies, but no, you're still not getting that sugar, so you're still not getting that inflammation. And depression is so rampant this time of year. We talked about at least 7 hours of sleep, decreased sleep, 90% depression. We know that sugar increases our excitatory neurotransmitters, specifically GABA. Ketones and fats lower our excitatory neurotransmitters and fats. So we have better focus, better energy. I know it's what everybody wants. People just want to feel better. So thank you for joining me here today. I feel very blessed to be a part of your life and be one of the pieces of the puzzle helping you optimize your own health. Have a super day. If you are watching this on replay, please put a snowflake down, or an angel. I guess put an angel down there. I haven't had angel down there and used it. I've been using snow because we haven't had any snow in Kansas. The leaves are all fallen, but we've had no snow. So please drop an angel down there. If you have a favorite recipe you would love me to make, and we'll put it on my blog. If you want to share a recipe, I'm happy to do that. I would love to have your recipes that you're tweaking and changing and making it your own, making it low carb, keto friendly. And again, have a blessed day, and thank you for joining me.